The Old Man and the Orc, from White Dwarf 154. The old man was tired. He had not slept properly for a long time. He was sick of the long pursuit and weary of the unending war. The Orc warlord seemed to know neither doubt nor fear, and was all the more frightening for it. Defeat did not shake his confidence. Uncertainty did not enter his mind. He had taken the destruction of the Orc armies on Armageddon in his stride, and immediately and ruthlessly started rebuilding his power base here, on the arid world of Golgotha. Already he wielded a disparate coalition of tribes into a force powerful enough to conquer the western continent. This was the last chance to stop him. By the Emperor, where did the warlord find the strength? There were times where the old man almost admired Ghazghkull Thraka. Almost, he thought, savouring his hatred. Almost. The old man had many reasons to hate the Orc. He'd seen too many good people die because of Thraka's mad ambition. He had seen cities plundered, populations annihilated, and a world laid waste by war. All because Thraka suffered the delusion that his demon gods had chosen him to rule the galaxy. The old man leaned forward and braced himself on the Baneblade's huge turret. Overhead, 2 fading moons looked down on the dawn-silvered land. He raised his binoculars to his eyes and touched the focusing runes. The Orc horde leapt into view. Instantly, he was transported back to similar dawns on Armageddon when he had looked out the great viewpoint of Hades' Hive and had seen a sea of bestial green faces. He recognized the silhouette of a great Gargant. It towered over a smaller custom Gargant, and around their bases were hundreds of other crudely constructed vehicles and war machines. As the old man watched, thousands of green warriors broke camp and made ready for battle. The horde out there was but a fraction of the size of the army Ghazghkull had once commanded, and would command again if he was not stopped. It was a puddle compared to an ocean, but the sight of it brought back the unwanted memories that haunted the old man. He remembered the great Gargants, their guns blazing from behind miles of earthworks as they pounded his home city to rubble. He remembered the terrible wave attack by the uncountable frenzied horde that had finally broken the will of the defenders. He remembered the men he'd led and the people who had believed in him. Dead now, their faces only seen in the nightmares that drove him from his sleep. He remembered the cries of the wounded and the pleas of the starving and the gibbering of those who had gone mad with fear. He recalled the shudder of the hive as the shells from the distant Gargants ploughed into its armoured walls. He remembered faces, gaunt with hunger, and eyes dull with weariness as tired men looked to him for leadership. They trusted me, thought the old man, and I failed them. They asked me for leadership and I gave them lies. I promised them salvation, and you gave them death. For that you will pay Ghazghkull Thraka. This I promise you. The bellow of monstrous engines filled the air as the squat warriors tested the motors of their land train. As if in answer to the challenge, the engines of the Orc war buggies roared to life. He heard the smooth whir of turrets rotating on a land train's side. The running lights of the Iron Eagles flashed overhead as they moved to strafe the forward Orc positions. Soon the sun would rise and battle would begin in earnest. Squat trikes bounced up the hill, skidding around death cactus trees as they took up position. A bearded man turned in his seat and saluted as he passed. The old man saluted back. For all the squats' bravado and their boasts of the chieftains, the old man knew this was the last throw of the dice. They had mustered all their remaining might for this battle. Arrayed here were all of their ancient, ingeniously constructed death machines, tracked mobile fortresses, Goliath mega-cannons, attack gyrocopters, massed artillery, stalwart infantry. They had brought all the warriors they could. It would be enough, thought the old man. It had to be enough. I have followed you too far now to fail, Ghazghkull Thraka, thought the old man. I bear the gift of death. You cannot outrun me. There's no place in this universe where you can hide. I have waited a long time for vengeance. I'm tired, but not so tired I cannot kill you. Maybe then I won't see the faces of the dead. Maybe then I'll be able to sleep. The old man put down the field glasses and dropped into the Baneblade's turret. Captain Yateman sat asleep in his command chair, his legs stretched out, his feet resting on the gunnery console. Gently, the old man woke him. "Make ready, Captain. It's time to move out." Yateman rubbed the sleep from his eyes and gazed up trustingly at the old man. "Yes, sir, Commissar Yarrick."